Hi folks, Nella here. So, I've been actually really frustrated with my BGD crew lately. Um, and a part of it is because I've been even more sick than usual the past 2 months. Um, and part of it is also that I have two, let's see, yeah, I have two dolls that don't have any face-ups right now. And then I have 6 other dolls who I want to redo their face-ups. So overall, I'm not happy with the face-ups my crew currently have. And even though the weather is finally getting warm, I don't have any sealant, and it is still too humid and cold to spray MSC, even if I did have some. So I'm very frustrated that I can't get them to look how I want. I'm frustrated that I am sicker than usual, and to top it all off, I am really frustrated because my one romantic couple I have at the moment that are shelled, their doll their doll forms are not working out as a couple. I tried to take some pictures as a post Valentine Day thing, and these are the two of the photos I came up with. Which are alright. But not. Um, when I have those two dolls next to each other, Alwyn, my soul doll Tiffy, and Ethel, my soul doll Lily C, they don't look like girlfriends. They don't even look like friends. There's just there's no connection between the two of them. And it's actually it was really apparent because, even just looking, I changed up how my dolls are displayed. So now all of them are sitting, well, minus Benji, his head is in a box. But all of them are sitting next to each other, all in one spot. And it just drove home how much the only romantic couple I have shelled do not look like a romantic couple. They don't even look like platonic couple. Actually, Li Shuang and Noah who has no face, at the moment he doesn't have a face up, they look like more of a couple than Alwyn and Ethel, and that's really bugging me. So, so I have to say, Ethel is no longer going to be in my crew. She was actually a character that I thought I would shell, but I hadn't quite decided on what shell to get her. So the whole reason I tried to make my Lily C into Ethel was because I really love Soul Doll Lily C as a sculpt. I love the default face-up. It's so dramatic and sophisticated. And that doesn't suit Ethel at all. It really doesn't. So, have no fear, I'm not actually selling the doll formerly known as Ethel. Much like with what I did with Mattia, Flair's former shell, and Nagisa, Drew's former shell, I am just going to make a new character for that shell. And just put Ethel on the back burner. I don't know if I ever actually will get Ethel as a doll. partially because I don't actually really need her for the story. Most of the Curiosity Shop storyline, during most of that time, Alwyn is actually either seeing Ethel through mirrors or through dreams, or is writing letters to her. They don't actually, like, they interact, but Ethel doesn't really interact with anyone else. So I don't really need her as a doll right now. Maybe at some future date. And the reason why I came to that decision is because I have been fighting with this doll for a year, because I've had her for a year. I got the right wig, I got the clothes, look nice, but every time I put her next to Alwyn, the feeling just wasn't there. I really, really wanted it to be, because when I opened up the box, I went like, oh yeah, no, like that's, I went like, oh yeah, no, that's Ethel. I realize now what Ethel I was referring to myself. It's a very specific hurt in her story, in her and Alwyn's story. One of the parts I actually did write down for NaNoWriMo back in 2008. And it's when her Master Mordred, has her get completely done up, in a very mature, provocative clothing and a lot of makeup, and her hair is done perfectly and is all curled, and she has like the bright red lips and the dark eyeshadow, before she goes and meets someone, because he doesn't want anyone to hit on her, so he purposely dresses her up to be the complete opposite of this guy's type, while he essentially leaves her alone with him. Because no one touches Ethel. No one. Mordred, if you only knew what she and Alwyn get up to. Which is pretty much nothing, they just kiss. But the thing is, Ethel never, ever looks like that when she's with Alwyn. She looks far more natural, far more laid back, and while she looks more feminine than Alwyn, she still has kind of an awkward teenager look to her. Like, she hasn't quite grown into her features, and she's a bit gangly. She's curvier than Alwyn, but it's still like, she's got like, her limbs are, like too long. She hasn't quite grown into herself yet. And the doll that I was trying to make into Ethel, well, looks way too sophisticated and classy for that. So it always rang hollow that she was Ethel. It looked more like Ethel pretending to be someone else, which obviously you don't do with your significant other. So my laptop is going to die in a moment, so there's going to be a quick scene change, and I'm going to make another video telling you what I'm going to do with the doll that was formerly Ethel. Bye.